I'm Erin, your local sex therapist, and today I'm back with part 2 of 5 in the series Talk Dirty to Me Why Talking About Sex Can Lead to Better Sex. Last week, we covered the health talk and how talking about things like sleep, diet, and overall health can help you and your partner navigate when might be sexy times and when might not be. I hope those conversations went well and have helped you feel a little bit more comfortable and at ease when talking about sex. Today, I'm bringing you the frequency talk. This is all about how often you want to have sex. Now, everyone has their own unique sex drive, so your partner's sex drive might be a little different or even a lot different than yours. This is natural and honestly pretty common in relationships. For starters, with this talk, I'd encourage you to be aware of any judgment that comes up. There's no gold standard for how often you should be having sex because everyone and every relationship is different. Clients will ask me how often they should aim to be having sex, and honestly, that's a question that I can't answer, right? Because it's not up to me. There are stats out there that talk about averages for how often people are having sex, but I'd encourage you to look internally, not externally, to find what's right for you. Because having sex according to someone else's standard can set you up for failure and lead to a lot of disappointment and frustration. Something else that's helpful to be aware of during this conversation is the language you're using so that it's positive and brings you and your partner together. So instead of saying things like someone has a high drive or a low drive, use language like higher and lower. They're not quite as labeling and communicate less judgment. And try to avoid thinking about your sex drive as better or worse, depending on if it's higher or lower than your partner's. Thinking and talking about them in this way can be really stressful and lead to a lot of that self judgment that gets in the way of having good sex. And remember, it's not about comparing yourself to others or even changing your sex drive. It's about being honest with yourself and your partner about what's right for you so you can find that perfect balance together. So, in the next week or so, try this talk out. Be honest and brainstorm together so that you can find common ground and engage in sex at a frequency that works for you both. This will lead to more fun and excitement and engagement during sex because you're both on the same page and working together. It also takes out some of that guesswork and just makes it easier to be a team. And if you're interested in learning more about your specific sex drive, reach out. I'd love to hear more and help you figure out if sex therapy would be helpful. Or you can check out my website and other blog posts for a lot more information on this topic. But I hope you find this second talk helpful, and I'll see you again next time for part 3. I'll see you then.